What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets, and I was fortunate enough to be able to go to the second Wisconsin Dell's card show. It happened this last weekend. Wanted to show you guys my pickups because there was actually some Pokemon at the show. Tell you guys about the show, show you what I got, and then we're going to try and clean up 2 cards that I bought on the chance that I might be able to clean them up and make a decent amount of profit on those. So let's jump right into it. So the show, for the most part, I was actually really happy with the show. This was definitely the best show. I went to the Dells the first time, then I went to the National, and now this is my 3rd show ever, and the 3rd show this summer for me. And I was actually really impressed. There was a ton of Pokemon. There was some really high-end raw stuff if you were into that. There was a couple of graded stuff, but mostly raw stuff that you could kind of flip through, find good deals on. A couple of dealers were really reasonable on prices. Everybody was pretty reasonable on prices, I thought, for the most part. And there was literally probably 3 or 4 times as many Pokemon cards at the Dell show as there was at the National. The National was like just vintage base set graded slabs that were really overpriced in my opinion. And this was a lot of raw stuff like you guys will see. And I thought it was pretty exciting. There was a lot of dollar bins to flip through, make deals with people. People were willing to come off their prices. So it was just a really good experience. I'll kind of show you guys what I got, what my thoughts were, why I picked it up. And then we will see if we can clean up 2 cards that I bought. So right off the bat, we have this Arceus Level X. This does have a $10 sticker on it. I don't actually keep track of everything. There's a lot of dealing, and I should have wrote down what I paid. But I just know that I spent $237 on all of these cards together. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you think it was a good deal or a bad deal. But if you don't know, I'm really big on the EX Silver Border cards and the Level X Silver Border cards. That is because they are such a tough grade. Also big on Arceus right now with the new Arceus Pokemon game coming out. Do think cards could see a little bit of a climb. Not sure about that. We've never really seen a video game centered around one Pokemon recently. And we haven't seen how that affects card prices, but it probably definitely can't hurt. And if you've seen, there's a Japanese Arceus promo that comes out. If you buy the game in Japan with a pre-order, you get a really cool looking Arceus card. I'll throw that up for you guys right here if you haven't seen it. But that was kind of my thinking. Can't hurt, and this should grade pretty decent. And if you can get even 8s or 9s in these Level X cards, the pops are really low and the prices are really high. I saw like a 6.5 of one of these Level X cards going for like a lot of money. It was like almost $100, which is insane. So that is a Arceus Level X. Then we got 2 just regular base set Pikachus here. No red cheeks, unfortunately. And they are really rough on the back. The bottom one of them looks like, both of them, looks like they got ran through a paper shredder. If you can see that. But they were $1 a piece. I figured base set Pikachu, can't go wrong, for $1 a piece. Then we have 2 WotC Wizard of the Coast era promos here, Smeargle and Jigglypuff. I took a chance on these. I think they were marked at $5 a piece, and they are really minty. But I guess the prices on these aren't as high as I thought. It looks like the price on one was about $10, and the price on the other was about the $5 that I paid for it. Definitely think you might be able to grade these and do a little better, but definitely not the gold mine that I thought they might have been. Then again, sticking with a common theme here, we have another Arceus card. All these looked pretty gradable. I did rescue some of these cards though, because a guy had them in top loaders with no penny sleeves. Absolutely brutal to see. So I did think I was doing the whole industry a favor by buying those and then putting them in sleeves as soon as I got home. But if you check out the back, I'll actually pop this one out for you guys. It does look probably gradable. An 8 or a 9 quality camera is not focusing very well. But pretty good looking cards, I thought. Paid like $8 for this guy. And again, on the Arceus, there's another one here. All of these are from one set. I believe it is the Arceus set. And there's like AR, like AR1, AR2, AR3, and it's a version of Arceus with every different plate, so all of the different elements, because he is the god Pokemon. This one, again, a little whitening. I'd say it's probably an 8. CGC probably like a 4. Just kidding. I love CGC, but they do grade really harshly. PSA 8, I would say, pretty conservatively. Then we got my boy Dragapult here. These are the promos from the Dragapult Shining Fates. I just wanted to pick a couple of these up. I think they'll do really well, to be honest. I think Dragapult's really neat. He's literally a jet fighter Pokemon that shoots babies, his own babies, out of his head like missiles. it's pretty neat. I think it will definitely be one of the most popular Pokemon out of the Sword and Shield era. And I do want to have one of every card for Dragapult. So this is actually getting added to my personal collection down here. Then, if you guys don't know, I'm also pretty big on the Prism cards. I just think everybody kind of hates on them, but they are really nice. So this is like a near mint pack fresh Lunala. That I believe that I said that right. Prism card that I picked up. Then we have the Zacian V promo. These were found in either the Elite Trainer Box Pluses for Zacian and Zamazenta, or you had to buy the $80 Zacian Zamazenta Premium Collection. And these probably won't get reprinted ever because those were both premium collections. And I think the prices on these are going to do really well. I bought a set as a present to my little brother for like 40 bucks. No, it was more than that. It was like 60 bucks. They were really high. But now they have come down too cheap, I think. The black and gold just looks really good. And Zacian and Zamazenta are the legendaries for Sword and Shield. And Zacian is really popular in the video game. So I think it will do pretty well. Then up next we have a card that is brand new. This is a Galarian Moltres pre-release theme deck card because it has the Evolving Skies stamp. Paid like 15 bucks for this guy, and usually these cards do really well as well because the release or the pre-release event decks are never reprinted. So the stamp cards I always think do well, and I think the Galarian Birds will do well because they have those alternate art cards. I think people like them. I mean, he looks almost like a phoenix. Definitely a cool card. Thought it was worth a gamble at 15 bucks. Up next we have another promo. I'd never seen this one before. It is a Groudon EX Black Star Wizards of the Coast 002 promo. An interesting thing about this card, I was trying to look up price on eBay, and there's actually this exact same card in a promo with a silver border, which was kind of crazy. I didn't know about that. And it's also the same number. So I don't know what the story is, why one has a yellow border and one has the holographic silver border. I thought this would be worth a little more. Again, not worth very much, but sometimes you just got to take chances on stuff, and I definitely didn't lose money. This is a card that I think is really neat and will go up in value. This is the Pikachu from Team Up with him with the surprised Pikachu face looking at the Mimikyu. I did pay 20 bucks for this. I think I talked him down on a couple of cards, so I probably got it a little cheaper than that. But I definitely think this is a card similar to like the Pikachu with the trainer in it. I forget which one that is, but that card's really taken off. I just think it's a really neat artwork that you don't always see, and I think this is a common card, or a promo card, so it's only available in a Team Up blister pack, I think. I do think this is a card that will do really well going forward because it is just unique and really cool. Great background, definitely worth $20. Again, those are about $15-$20 online. Another Prism Star card, this is Latias, probably one of the more expensive ones. Latias and Latios together, about 15-20 bucks. I think I paid $8 for this guy. Again, pack fresh, near mint. Then we get into some of the cards I picked up for my personal collection. This is a Pokemon, the first movie, Dragonite stamp, a very common promo card. But I did need one of these for the Dragonite collection, and this was a super clean, I would say PSA 9 copy. Definitely glad to have that. So I picked that up to add to the collection. Then the next one, this guy I probably overpaid for. I think it was listed for $30, but this guy was throwing me some good deals. He would just kind of, he'd say, oh, what's the total price on these? He'd just quickly add up the numbers and then take 20% off. So definitely some good deals at that booth. This is a Dragonite. I think it's Legends Awakened, but I'm not sure on that. Just another Dragonite card that I needed. Unfortunately, this was one of the ones that was in a top loader with no sleeve, so the holo is really scratched up. Pretty unfortunate, but at least I have them and I didn't spend a fortune on it. And then this Dark Dragonite, this I thought was a steal. I picked this up for like $4. I think it was $3.99. Not a holo, not a first edition, but pretty clean on the back. That scratching is just on the top loader. Not in great shape for sure, but not a bad card. Then Kyogre Amazing Rare. I think these cards are underrated. Yes, there's a million of them made. Yes, they are probably overprinted and everybody's sleeving them. So unlike the old cards, there's going to be a million PSA 10 copies out there. But for like $2, worth a chance, right? This was the card that I made the most money on, I guess you'd say. This is a Scissor Prime. Again, love the cards with the silver edges. because they are so hard to grade. Love the prime cards. Definitely the forgotten era of Pokemon that has now become my personal mission to heavily invest into and shed light on. You got to remember that the people that collected these cards as kids are my age or a little younger. As we get older, have more affordable income, have kids of our own that we want to get back in the game. What era of Pokemon do you think it's going to be? It's going to be the 2003 to 2007 EX cards. It's going to be the 2008 to 2010, 11-ish level X cards and the prime cards. Let's see what year this bad boy is from. The year's covered up by the $5 sticker. But a super clean card, paid $5, and it is worth about $25 in good condition. And again, this is one that you can get graded even if you don't hit a 9 or a 10. You're looking at a decent return on your investment. This one was a random card that I just picked up. I like the Melodic C card. It's got Cynthia in the corner. I know they are remaking these in the 21st anniversary set celebrations. So just one I wanted to pick up. I think these cards are kind of neat, and I really like the trainer cards that have like FB, Frontier Brian. There's Elite Four ones. There's Champion ones. Just neat. I wouldn't mind having a complete set someday. I think I paid $2 or $3 for that guy. Here is the most expensive card that I bought. This is a Shining Gyarados card from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, dated to 2010. I think this is a great card, super underrated. It's Stormy in the background. I will pop it out of the top loader for you guys. This video is getting a little long, so I appreciate if you have stuck around this far. There's not any scratches on the holo, and I did get a really good deal on this card. This was bundled in with some other cards. I'd say this is probably also PSA 8, maybe PSA 9, but prices on these are really good. Just a beautiful card that I saw when I first kind of got back into collecting about 18 months ago now, and one that I always kind of wanted to have. Definitely not a PC card, but one I wouldn't mind just holding on to. I think it will do well going forward. Then down to the final few cards. Again, I'm going to keep preaching about it. EX cards, underrated. Delcatty, not a very popular Pokemon, but I think I paid $10 for this guy. Pretty clean, definitely worth grading. Again, probably an 8 quality. There's a little whitening on the corners, but not too bad. Just an underrated card with a really cool ice crystal chunk in the background. Another Dragapult V. This is the other one from that Dragapult Shining Collections box. Again, just another one that I needed, and I thought $5 wasn't a bad price because I think the box is $40 by itself. Then we got 3 left. An Electrovive FB, so this is a Frontier Brian, but a level X card. Just a really neat card. The holo on these are absolutely gorgeous. This one's not in the best shape. There's quite a bit of whitening. You can see right here on that corner. This is probably like a 7 or 8, I would say. Probably a pretty not great 8, but a solid 7. Just a neat card. I think I paid $10 for this guy, and just a really cool card. Then we have the Zamazenta V. These were from the same guy, so I'm assuming he had one of the boxes and ripped both of them. $15 again. Don't think you can go wrong. I think these will do well going forward. One thing about these is if you can find a well-centered copy, you are doing really good. I think a ton of these are going to get 9s because if you look, this border is always smaller than this border. And this one is a little bit, but it's not terrible. So if you are looking to pick these up, try and find a well-centered copy. Centering on these is garbage. So I do think if you pick up a well-centered copy, you got a really good shot at a PSA 10, and you will have a really nice premium over all the people that have off-centered copies that are 9s. And then the last card, similar to that one, is the Solgaleo GX, the gold card. These for $15, I just thought this seemed really cheap. That's about what they go for, but definitely a card that I think as we move forward from the Sun and Moon era will continue to appreciate in value. It's one of the first solid gold cards, and I just think it was really cool. Wouldn't mind picking up the Lunala version of this, but that is my last pickup. And then I do have 2 more to share, and these are what we're going to try and be cleaning up. We have 2 more Arceus level X cards. I think I paid like $8 for one and $5, or $10 for one and $5 for the other. But if you look at the back, these cards are absolutely disgusting. Just really, I'm not even sure what that is. But we're going to try and clean these up and see if we can make them in a little better shape. The fronts are pretty clean. That one's got a little bit of a bent corner. This one's definitely in better shape, but we would probably be taking these from like a PSA 5 with all that whitening on the back, PSA 4, 5, 6, up to like a 7 or an 8, which would definitely be a pretty good increase. I figure they're worth about $5 as the state they are in each, and if we can get them pretty well cleaned up, they should be about 20 a piece. Just something I wanted to try. So we are going to flip the camera around and I will show you guys how I try and clean up cards, and let's see if we can make these look any better. Alright guys, so as you can see I did lay down a nice microfiber cloth, and then we have another one that I'm going to be using to try and clean up the cards. We're going to start with the one that is not as bad as this one. You can see this one's clearly much worse. So we're going to start with this one, see if we can do anything to make it better. Usually, like I said, I just get this a little damp with some water, or if you just want to wet it on your tongue. I guess it's a little gross, but it's always available. Now we're just going to I just kind of gently do circles like this to try and clean up the card. You can actually put quite a bit of pressure. As you can see, it's maybe not cleaning up super well. It looks a little better, but not great. I'm not sure what this would be caused from. It's weird because the card's not creased or anything, so it's not like it was carried in a pocket. And you can see some of the blues actually coming off onto this microfiber. So it makes me wonder if it's almost like a fake card or an inked card, but it looks real. The text looks real. Maybe it is just beat up. Not sure. We'll keep going here, see if it gets any better. Go back with the cloth a little bit. Like I said, I've never seen this on a card before. If you guys have any idea what this is from, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I don't want this video to get too crazy long, so I'm going to shut off the camera, and when we come back, we'll see if we were able to clean it up at all. Alright guys, we're back. I did spend about 5 to 10 minutes trying to clean these up, and unfortunately it looks like they are just not able to clean up. These white spots, which I thought were kind of dirt or dust, are actually spots where the ink has just worn down off the card. Like I said, I have no idea how that happens, and I definitely didn't expect it, being that the front of the cards were relatively clean. Yes, there is some scratching there, but I thought they were pretty nice. This one was the worst of the two, and it definitely, I did clean up some dirt off of the kind of the Pokeball area and the Pokemon, but as far as all of that whitening, it is not going anywhere. So they're probably worth still about the $5 I paid, but definitely not the nice profit that I thought we were going to make off these. So it just goes to show you that things don't always pan out the way it goes, but you got to take chances in order to make profit once in a while. Now you guys see, they don't always pan out. If you enjoyed the video, or if you are still watching, huge thanks to you. Consider subscribing if you get something out of the video. We are at about 350 out of 500 to open this MetaZoo first edition box. We are getting closer every day. Big thanks to everybody who's already subscribed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.